Hello again, Struckwap. Welcome back to another evening of streaming with me, or it could be day where you are. So yeah, today I will be continuing the leveling up process of this Blood Drinker Sharpshooter. I'm just gonna quickly check the camera. Just a moment, just to check. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I'm not gonna do any changes to it. Maybe just a little. Sorry for that. I didn't realize this was showing some sort of black spots there. And that should be fine. Okay. Now let's go on. Let's go into the game. And keep leveling where we left off yesterday. I've been busy today doing the electro subquest skills showcase. It's now up on my channel and on my website to those who are interested. I'm what, level 52? Level 52. Definitely could use some upgrades of the musketeer items. I've got some level 60 musketeer items that eventually I can grab from my summoner sharpshooter, from my electro sharpshooter. For now, let's just use whatever drops. I'm gonna sell some scrolls though. I'm gonna keep like 5, should be fine. Let's go do some Fuzzier to get some XP. So yeah, today a bit late with the stream, but yeah, I had to finish that video. Oh, and today I'm drinking Buza again. Okay, let's see. I was at Fuzzier 6. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing this one. Okay. Some hair in my way, okay. Come on, vote. No, that's a very long voting time. It took so much before it can even start spinning up the new zone. Oh, and I forget that I need to hear my voice so I don't raise it too much. Alright, there we go. Let's keep going. Oh, I forgot to switch on. When I record some videos, I switch off the damage and the nameplates, so it doesn't cluster the screen. But when I do play, I like having those. For example, for the quest skill showcase, I didn't want people to focus too much on the numbers, because numbers change as your gear changes. So I wanted for them to just focus on the subclass skills, mechanics, like animations, mechanics, and so on, rather than paying attention to what does more damage than the other thing. Obviously, with the percentages, you can still tell which one would do more. Based on how much weapon damage one skill does. And that's the best way when comparing two skills, to compare them. To watch, to look at the weapon damage number. So this map's gonna be pretty short, I guess. Yeah, it will be a short map. I'm not gonna stay more in it. Okay, here we go. And Why Me is back. Welcome back, Why Me. Welcome back. Nice seeing you again. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm not gonna use this. This one, basically junk. I wasted 50,000+ coins on Respectacles today, so I'm probably not gonna make the Flaming Destroyer subclass video tomorrow, because I need to farm some money for Respectacles before I can make the video for the next subclass. Because the way I like doing those is, as I mentioned, I like getting the active skills to max level, so I can show the visual changes that they get at those levels. Moving on. So what level enemies am I fighting now? I think I'm moving on to like level 56, 55 enemies, something like that. The drops were 54, yeah, so I will be fighting 55 next. That's fine. Or maybe I will be fighting 54, because see, some of the drops were 52. We'll see. Dividing, I want dividing. That's good XP. Come on. I know you wanna vote. my cat is he's snoring like you can see, you can hear, like very faint, but you probably can't hear it yourself, but because he's a bit far and I'm pointing the microphone in such a way so it doesn't catch with easy sounds on the other end of the apartment. On the other end of the room, I mean. So yeah, I'm in this map for the XP, so I'd rather kill as many as I can. Bronze. 1 out of 6. No! Rubber bands. This rubber band kinda caught me off guard. I didn't expect it to happen. I should start expecting the rubber bands, I guess. Oh, dividing mimics. Boom, boom. Boom. How am I doing with the XP? 53, 400 XP. I forgot what I'm doing with leveling. Oh yeah, I was getting this to level 6, and then after that the relic skill damage skill passive from onslaught, and after that whatever. After that I'm not sure what I'm gonna spend the final point on. Actually, it's not gonna be the final 1 point, it's gonna be the final 3 points. It's gonna be interesting where I'll put those final 3 points. I definitely don't have room on my skill bar for any other skills. Unless I de-level Dance of Death and put something else there. Let's see here. Here. I will stay in this map. I want to stay in this map because the XP is nice. Dividing goblins is pretty decent. Let's go to the end of the map, and then on my way back to the portal I can heal stuff. Okay, this one's done. Now someone. Wait, what? There was some dancing scary man. Yeah, I'm glad I stood in this map after the portal opened. It was worth staying for the XP. Show yourselves, show yourselves. Was that all of them? Let's move on then. We haven't been here as well. This one. So yeah, that's a lot of XP from this whole map. And I think there isn't much more. Maybe a couple of fights more. Oh, there's a fork on the map here. And that was it, boss time. Yeah, we've got some time today. I'm not sure if I can get 60, but hopefully I can get 60 by the time I'm done streaming. It's 9:16 p.m, so let's say like 3 hours. Can I get in 3 hours 6.5 levels, 6.25 levels? Pudding Lime is back. Welcome back, Pudding Lime. Wave back. Now let's see. Come on, vote, vote. I know you want to vote. There we go. It voted. Okay. Let's check quickly if this is stronger. Quite stronger, but the cooldown I'm gonna lose on revolt for extra 300 damage and losing a full legendarium SWAT. For now I'm gonna use the shooter. I think it's a better the better thing for me right now. I mean, eventually there I want a mace or a sword from the armament set. Headhunter, nice. Come on. Kind of messed up my hotkeys. I pressed this instead of this and I was like, oh, what the hell, what's happening? Took me a while to realize what I did. Wait, I can teleport through there? Go. Oh, I can snipe. Or can I? Maybe I can't. Yeah, I can't snipe from here. Would have been nice if I could though. I can teleport though. I can do this if I want to. Like, oh no, maybe I can't even teleport. What about from here? I guess I can't. Those ruptures really do add up to the damage. Ah, what the hell? I don't remember those there earlier. And that's not a gauntlet map, so how did they suddenly start spawning? Look at where he ran. He ran away over there in the corner. As if he's grounded. In the corner, facing the wall with your hands up. Pretty interesting. Let's see this. There we go. Streamline says, Trick, I reviewed your electro sharpshooter and I saw you doing more than 800k damage with explosive arrow.
You can't cast that.
If it's in normal, yeah, on normal, you can do even more than 1 million with good gear. I mean, it depends what gear you have and what difficulty you play, and what type of enemy you are fighting against. On Ridiculous, if you're fighting against a boss, you do 30% of the real damage compared to normal and practice. So if I do 1,000,000 damage on normal, on a ridiculous boss, I would do 300k. So on ridiculous, with 0% gear bonus, okay items, with scatter shot, I can do 3,000,000 damage. If I stack scatter shot damage, and my gear has 0% bonuses from the Fazir. I think with the Fazir bonuses you can probably get a build where on normal you can hit 4, 5, maybe even 6 million. I won't be surprised if someone makes more than 6 million even. On normal with scatter shot, with maxed out items. Obviously you need to have the unique item, the legendary item, the rifle, wingspan. You need to have wingspan and you need to fully charge it. And use Goose and Shasta to get this damage. So, but yeah, scatter shot is the highest hitting, as far as I know, skill. Maybe with the new changes to the Forged, there might be something like critical mass that could do just as high hits as a maxed out scatter shot. But yeah, 800k damage. I don't know what difficulty I was playing when you saw this number. If it was when I was playing multiplayer, co-op, and it was on normal, so it's definitely. It seems like a reasonable number to have been on normal at 800k. Because I was definitely using shitty items. I was using 7,400 attack weapon, which definitely isn't much. Yeah, I assumed you were talking about when we were doing co-op in normal. And by the way, I'm not sure if everyone who's watching noticed, but there's some, at least for me, that's good news. Because Extra are hiring people for endgame, not for endgame, but they're hiring designers. I'm gonna try and show you. That means that they're thinking of expanding the team to help with designing more stuff. And I think this is amazing. I'm gonna quickly share my Discord, so you can see what I'm talking about. That means we're gonna see more people focusing on something new. Wait, is it this one? Discord. No, that's top. Not this. Discord. This is Discord. Is it showing up? Why is it not showing up? Come on, Discord, show up. Why is it not showing up? That's strange. Okay. So this is it, the thing I'm talking about, this. And if I go ahead and open it on my browser, just to show you kind of what type of people they're looking to hire. Let's see. Just a moment, I'm gonna close this, share my Firefox. So that means they're looking for people to help them design something. Is it gonna be endgame? Is it gonna be designers for endgame? Is it gonna be designers for some systems, such as what's it called? Such as, for example, some quality of life systems for the enchanting and whatever. I'm not sure what that would be. But yeah, that's pretty good. that they're looking for people. That means good news for us gamers. It means they will have more stuff to come. Obviously, first they need to hire people, and then those people need to get used to the company and to the system to the systems they work with and everything else. But eventually, probably within half a year or so, we might see something from those people that they hire. Maybe more than half a year, 6, 7, 8 months. In any case, I'm looking forward to seeing what type of designers they will be hiring and what they would work on. But I think that's very great news for us gamers. I think that definitely is great news for us. You know, they're looking to expand the team, and it's game designers that they're looking for. I really hope it's people to help them with end game stuff. I hope they're looking for people to help them design end game activities. But even if it isn't, and they're just looking for people to help them with some other things, while the other devs, the current devs, do the end game work, it still is fine as long as we get new stuff. And yeah, I think that's pretty decent. So some of you may have missed it. Thought I would share the news. Oh, I've got a level up to decide where to put the points. I'm gonna start putting Onslaught for the relic skills damage. Okay, let's do this. Ran out of my drink. Okay. Oh, it's the good, the short one. Nice. I like this one. This is very straightforward. Very good level for leveling. For XP. Pretty straightforward layout. And very good when you're using things like the rat bows, the scout's bones. There isn't much room for the enemies to run away from you, so you can just focus your damage forward, and they're pretty neatly clustered up in a bunch. Well, I'm gonna keep clearing the map. Come on, die. There we go. first.
You can't do that.
Anything else? Just move.
Can't do that. That's fair.
Come on, come on. Is this? Oh, it's a boss. Unique. I was wondering what's happening, why it's not dying. I didn't see it's a green enemy. No? There we go. It was fight time. And boom. Yeah, this map's cleared. Should I go and repeat a level? Or just keep pushing? I'm probably gonna quickly check for a gauntlet map. If there is one, I would love to do a gauntlet map right now. Starting to get tired. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage too. I guess we're at the point where I really need to replace some items. I'm gonna save the spectacles because yeah, I need spectacles for my video showcases. Come on, just give me some defense. Don't make me waste that much gold. Okay, fire defense. We're gonna stick to that one. By the way, are there any other items I can equip at this point? Like some level 50 something. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Losing some damage, but I'd rather not lose that legendarium thing. And that I'm using right now, the Woodspeed boots. Otherwise I would have to remove the Woodspeed boots. Anything else I can equip at this level? Let's just go.
Well chosen.
Oh, and next is the double HP maps, which I think I'm not gonna do until level 60.
Went with the up.
Come on. The gloomy prison. He's pretty quick. Come on, come on. So next is double HP, right?
Yes. But can
Yeah, we're skipping double HP until I'm 60. I can level in those zones here. Dividing.
you think you can take it?
Yeah, maybe let's do a dividing map.
Let us go.
If the goblin map wasn't double HP, I would have done it. Actually, I'm gonna start doing the double HP maps when I'm level 57 with level 60 items. I don't need to wait to level 60. 57 as usual. This is gonna take a while without level 60 gear to complete it. Okay, so far so good.
It's a trap. You can't cast that.
Okay, there we go. Wondering what the chance of a monster dividing is in this dividing map. Like, if I kill an enemy, is it 50% chance to duplicate? Is it 40, 25, 30? I wonder if there's a way to see it somewhere.
You can't cast that here. You can't do that.
Okay, good, good.
Can't cast that.
Okay, I'm getting close to 55. That's nice. Here we go. I'm gonna snipe those. And spam this. And snipe there. I'm gonna go all the way down. Trigger everything I can trigger here. Only two. I could only trigger 2 monster spawns there. Pretty disappointing. Only 2 monster spawns in that place here.
Can't cast that here.
Okay, let's keep going. Okay, they're there. And 55. Okay, 2 more levels until level 60 items. Boom. Boss. I didn't even use my explosive arrow for this guy. Rupture did its job. Rupture did well. Come on, vote. Come on. What's happening? Am I getting... Okay, never mind. That's a lot of defense. Maybe I can replace mine. Oh, now it's desyncing, obviously. Come on, stop desyncing. Not much I can do about it. I mean, I reported the desyncs today. See, it's not even realizing I've spent my skill point. This thing realized I spent it. Okay, finally it stopped desyncing. How's my defense? 18% damage prevented only. This is why I'm leveling on normal. It's just gonna be painful if I go and level on ridiculous
Think they made a cutscene for that one?
Your pet is back.
with this shitty defense I've got. Oh, big map. This map can get me to 56. Obviously I should make sure I don't die. Now I can. Okay. It fixed itself. Boom. I'm gonna snipe from here. Oh, it's not letting me. I love sniping from where they can't even see me. Nice.
Can't catch that here. You can't use that skill. You can't cast it. You can't cast that. You can't use it.
Come on.
You can't use that skill.
Anything that's left to kill? Some here that I've missed.
You can't do that. That spell cannot be touched.
And Pedinlime says, will you do one day Fazir dungeon full walk through to 251 in ridiculous difficulty? Probably no, unless they change how Fazir works. I won't. I mean, I'm assuming you mean I'm assuming by walkthrough you mean to just do a run all the way to 251 on ridiculous. And I wouldn't mind doing it if I felt like there's a point in doing it. If it wasn't more of the same, just with higher numbers of my items and higher numbers of the monsters, HP and stuff. So until the Fazir changes, the Fazir design changes, I'm not gonna go all the way to 251 because I don't see a reason to do it. But yeah, there's many ways how it can be more worth doing. Right now a bunch of trophies are not enough to motivate me. But yeah, there's always the possibility that they would rework the Fazir in a way where it makes sense to push further. Come on.
You can't do that here. You can't cast that here. You can't use that skill. You can't use that skill. You can't do that. That spell cannot be cast. You can't cast that. That spell can't be cast. You can't cast that here.
How far am I? Okay, I'm at the top layer of the map.
You can't cast that spell.
Ah, teleported. Bastich.
You can't cast that here. You can't use that skill. That spell cannot be cast.
Okay, what's next?
You can't cast that here. You can't use that skill. That spell can't be cast. You can't cast that.
And top layer of the map cleared. Let's go explore the east side of the map
You can't cast
and then the middle. Or maybe I should do zigzag. Onto the middle, then back to the east, and onto the middle, back to the east. But yeah, I hope I can get level 56 from this map. I'm still kind of halfway, so not sure if there's enough XP to give me the other half of the level on this map, but we'll see. It depends on how many more champions the game would spawn for me.
Spell here. You can't cast that.
Okay, clear it here.
You can't use that skill. You can't use that skill.
Wait, didn't those there die? Okay, now they're dead. So far the XP is nice.
You can't cast that here. You can't do that. You can't do that here. You can't cast that spell here.
It's over here.
Use that skill. You can't cast that spell here. You can't do that. That spell cannot be cast.
Alright, that's nice.
Cast that here. It's trapped. You can't do that here. That spell
2.3k, so 1.3k more XP.
you can't cast that here. You can't do that. You can't cast that. You can't use that skill. You can't cast that. You can't use that skill. You can't use that skill.
How much more is left of the map? I think we're at 70% clearance of the map.
You can't cast that spell here. You can't do that.
about this side or this side?
You can't do that here. You can't cast that here. That spell can't be cast.
Okay,
You can't cast that here.
a bit more left.
You can't cast
Definitely not getting this level on that map. My Journey Gaming is back. Welcome back, My Journey Gaming. Nice seeing you again. How have you been?
You can't cast that here. You can't cast that spell here. You can't cast that.
You're a bit tired of the game not spawning what you need to unlock the boss. Oh. So there are still problems with that. I've only had problems with the spiders since the last patch, but maybe you're not on PC? Are you on PC or not on PC? I think I've had problem with spiders, and there was one more thing where it didn't spawn enemies. But that with the enemies was during my mission, during my quest in the story with the Netherlings in that one Act 3 map. But yeah, they should have fixed all the things except one thing I had a problem with the spider stuff. Oh, you're on Xbox, maybe you didn't get that last patch with the changes yet. Where they made a lot of things require only one drop, and they made it spawn more enemies in certain places, but still one map is always super high risk to do. It's the Astral Gate map, I think, or is it? Let me check. The map that has the same design as Astral Gate, I think, or the one between King's Plateau and Astral Gate. But I think it's Astral Gate. That one map where whenever I get it, I'm always kind of scared that I'm not gonna get enough drops from the quest stuff, or not enough spawns, because it's a very small map. It doesn't have enough spawners. And if it's something that's like not goblins, that barely spawns any enemies per pack, like spiders and rats and stuff, or the one where you have to loot ancient dwarven caches in that map, and it just doesn't spawn enough of those quest drops when you loot those caches, it's kind of, yeah, pretty risky. So if you get that one map, always just skip it and go back before you even start doing it.
That spell can't be cast. You can't cast that here. But you can't use that skill.
But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, the good news is they're hiring for developers, for designers. So whether it's gonna be designers to help them design the end game, or I mean, I'm talking about game designers, not artists and stuff like that. So whether it's gonna be for someone to help them design end game activities or some quality of life systems or whatever, the good thing is they're hiring for a new senior and a new junior. So I'm wondering what they would be expanding the team, in what direction they would be expanding the team. Ah, really? really.
Yourself against insurmountable challenges.
If I'm gonna die, it better be after I kill the boss, cause that's the best way to die. Oh boy. At least I don't have any wife-bound items on me. But yeah, what better way to die than after killing the boss? I wasn't even on my screen. I was not on the... I was not inside of the AoE field. I was like, if this is the AoE field, this circle, I was like around here. At least on my screen, that's what I saw when the rock fell.
Your pet has arrived.
Okay. This is nice. $53, $57. But no defense, only electric. For now, I'm gonna focus on the defense. $52. $50. That's the low level stuff here. $54, but no defense. Okay. Oh, this is good. But kind of less defense. For now, let's focus on the defense.
I know what you're here for.
And the Dark Shades just followed. Welcome to the Struck Web, Dark Shades. Thank you for the follow and enjoy your stay. And as for My Journey Gaming asking, I'm close to buying Chaos Bane. I can get the Slayer edition for 60 USD. Well, is that a discounted price or is that the full price? 60 USD for the Slayer edition. The Slayer edition includes Tomb Kings, the paid DLC, Witch Hunter, a paid DLC, and the God Skills paid DLC. Those are the 3 DLCs worth getting: the God Skills, the Tomb Kings, and the Witch Hunter. But the Witch Hunter only for people who wanna play it. Right now he's kind of underpowered, but eventually, hopefully, it becomes better. But keep in mind, it's very unsure what the future of Chaos Bane holds. Someone mentioned that they're hiring people for a new game in that software company. So would that impact Chaos Bane? Would Chaos Bane see less development throughout the next months? Are they shifting their focus to a different game? We don't know yet. We haven't heard so much ever since the Slayer edition and the Witch Hunter release. So it's discount. Yeah. The Slayer edition includes everything. The Slayer edition is basically Magnus edition plus the Witch Hunter. And if it's discounted, I mean, it's not terrible price if it's discounted, if it includes everything for 60 USD. I'm wondering how much it costs without the discount. Like, is it 80, 90 without the discount for all those DLCs? And Darkshade says, have you been following Lost Ark at all, and is it its possible release? I've been following it, but not that closely. I've even played it on the Russian server with proxy, but I'm definitely not excited about it as I used to be before, because kind of playing the game, I couldn't even bear to play more than a few hours of the game at the time when I played the Russian server closed beta. It's just too much of an MMO for me, which means too grindy, and then there's pay to win, which people would like to justify as pay for convenience. But pay for convenience is just a way of justifying your spendings on a pay to win game. Definitely wouldn't recommend Lost Ark unless you want more of an MMO experience. If you want something more like Yabu, Path of Exile, or Grim Dawn, well, that's the games. Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, Yabu, then there's also Titan Quest, and there's also Last Epoch. There's a ton of games in the genre that don't make you grind, that don't have MMO systems in them, and that don't have a cash shop where you buy convenience. Actually, you do have pay for convenience in Path of Exile, which I still consider pay to win, especially when people start selling items for real money. It doesn't get any more pay to win than buying items for real money, like in Path of Exile, on the grey market. I'm not sure how it is in Lost Ark, but from what I've heard, people saying it's not pay to win, it's pay for convenience. It allows you to have to grind less. Well, that's pay to win. If you have to grind less to get certain things, if you can do more dungeons a day, if you can do this or that other people cannot do unless they pay, then it is pay to win. Not directly, but yeah, time is precious, and if you can save time by paying, then obviously it is pay to win. Because saving time is a win in my book, regardless of what people say. And it's too much of an MMO. Honestly, it has so many good things about it, but I think Lost Ark is more for the MMO players rather than the Wooter players. It's like a middle ground between both, but I think it leans too heavily onto the MMO side of things. I'm definitely not gonna be the person doing content for the game. Even if it comes out on the Western market, it would be too late. If it came out on the Western market 3 years ago or 4 years ago, it would have been nice. Like 2016 would have been perfect time for Lost Ark to come out on the Western market. 2021, 5 years too late. 2022, so late that it's not even worth mentioning it if it launches next year in the Western market. Like, I assume before this game launches on the Western market, we're probably gonna see Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2. Unless I don't know, unless they're planning this year as a launch. But if they do plan next year, my guess is Diablo 4 might be coming next year, around summer maybe. And Path of Exile 2 is coming soon, probably in the next 2 or 1.5 years as well, maybe 3, depending how far along they are in the development. Latest rumors are February or March launch for Lost Ark. Diablo 4 is, I would say, summer 2022. Maybe we can see by the end of the year a beta. we will know this month, not this month, on February, in BlizzCon, the online BlizzCon, they would probably announce more information about Diablo 4. I'm assuming this year they might do some sort of beta, the same way they did with Warcraft 3 Refunded. But yeah, they're probably gonna announce Diablo 2 Remaster, because they assimilated one of the studios, the studio that worked on the remaster of Tony Hawk, the Tony Hawk remaster games. That studio that worked on Crash Bandicoot and Tony Hawk Remaster has been assimilated and is now a studio. They're now part of Blizzard, and most likely they hired them to make a proper remaster this time of Diablo 2, because yeah, people were very disappointed from the Warcraft 3 remaster. And I'm assuming they're gonna do with Diablo 4 some sort of a beta, the same way they did with the Warcraft 3 remaster, only open to select few people, and maybe being able to pre-purchase alpha access or something like that. We'll see. But it's good to know that there's rumors for February or March for Lost Ark. I mean, I can probably stream it, just to stream myself leveling up, but I didn't like the combat. It felt very clunky and restrictive. I played with the guy with the big gun. The voice acting and the cutscenes kind of, let's say, not terrible, but not good either, like middle ground, mediocre in Lost Ark. But I don't play games for cinematics and voice acting, to be honest. For all I care, a game could have zero voice acting and only text, and I would still play it. And it could have zero cutscenes and I would still play it. So that's not like something that would make me not play the game, but it felt very wonky playing the quest. The combat kept me in place for a long time. Maybe I just selected a bad quest back when I played. But I'm definitely, if it comes out and if it's free to play, I will play it just so I can say, hey, I tested the game. Maybe I would spend a few days, maybe I can give people my review of the game based on what's on the cash shop and stuff like that, but I expect to be very disappointed, because it's a free-to-play game. The only way to not be disappointed if the only thing you can buy is cosmetics, and they're not gonna make money if they only sell cosmetics. I wish that's how it was, but people can't make money by only selling cosmetics unless they're a BR game like Fortnite and PUBG. But Lost Ark, those games thrive on pay to win. They thrive on giving players advantage over others and exploiting people with vulnerable egos who want to get advantage over others by opening their wallets. That's the target group of those games. People with vulnerable egos who want to make themselves feel good and stronger than others by spending money. And it's a whole market. There are people who are specialized in this, who do so much market research, focus groups, etc. When designing pay to win and pay for convenience, if someone wants to call it that way. But yeah, as I said, if it gives people the ability to do something without spending as much time as another person, this in my opinion is pay to win, because I don't think there's anything more precious than time. And saving time by paying, definitely, in a competitive game, mind you, where people are competing and where gear is important, definitely someone needing to grind less to get their gear is pay to win. And Lost Ark does have competitive, it has PvP. I'm assuming it also has PV leaderboards, maybe. Childhood Dota memories. My brother made a map actually two different maps. You might look Kill or Die Arena, and I help him with that one. I help him with some ideas about the gambling system and the GWOS system, if I remember correctly. And another one, I forgot what it was called. We had another one, but if you, I'm gonna try and find the link. Just a moment. I'm not sure if that's the final version, but that's one of them. So this is kind of like it was. We took. There was a Serbian person called Serbian Beast who took the World of Warcraft skins and made those skins usable in Warcraft 3, and he allowed us to use it for this map. I'm not sure if I can look up the other map we made. I forgot the name, but maybe I can look them up by person who uploaded. No, there isn't one. But yeah, that was my that was the map that my bro made. And there's another one. I just forgot the name of the other one. Seriously, I can't remember. Let's try and find the other one. I'm just trying to find the other one, but I can't remember the name. It's definitely not showing up, unfortunately. Ah, there's the other one. The other one was called Trix Arena. Trix Arena was kind of a simpler one. It was more for just PvP. Or maybe not. Oh no, that's another one. That's not... no, it's not it. It's not Trix Arena for sure. Or maybe it is. Actually, yeah, it is Trix Arena. Just someone re-uploaded them. But yeah, let me look it up. Just a moment. I'm gonna look it up. Trix Arena 18 G. I'm just gonna try and give a link to the other one. I think this is the one where we first figured out that it would be fun to add gamble stuff. But yeah, if someone still plays Warcraft 3, that's the first map my brother made, and the other one I linked earlier is the second one. And the first one I think was just PvP. The second one was PvPvE with raid bosses and stuff, and we had a system similar to Lineage 2 upgrading items, +1, +2, +3, etc. Where the higher you upgrade the item, the different the glow. And there were some items that you have to kill some bosses to get. And Wooka, if you want Imbue Relic, you have to get Ancient Ember Boots. That's the only way to get Imbue Relic. Ancient Ember Boots, and then you just click on the skill and select the skill you want.
You can't use that skill.
Epic War Maps. Epic War Maps is just a website where people upload maps.
How's that spell here?
I can't remember if we even had minion builds there in the in our maps, but maybe we had some. I really don't remember. But yeah, Epic War is just a name of a website. Maybe there is an Epic War map, but yeah, the map my bro made was just his own making. He did use assets from other people, but yeah, and I did help with some things on the jazz. I did help with some things, like I think I helped with the gambling and with the glow as ideas, and maybe a bit of tinkering and tweaking. But Jazz was very easy. The script language in the Warcraft 3 editor was very easy to pick up. And at the time, I think, what was that, 2000 and whatever year it was made, I was still a teenager. I was still in high school. Yeah, there's probably Epic War Maps. That's probably where the name of the website came and originated from. But this is not an Epic War map. This is a completely different, unique map. And as I said, it has a feature where you can gamble your money. Where we have a system where you're upgrading your items, I think between +0 and +10 or +9, and you see a different glow based on that. Then there's bosses and certain items that you can only get from certain bosses. There were some other things I have forgotten, but there were some decent builds and stuff that you could make with some of the heroes in the game. And there was PvP and PvE in the keyword die, the first one I linked. There was PvP and PvE. Actually, I would love to remake this keyword die arena in Unreal Engine 4 or 5 as a MOBA game. I would love for someone to remake it, to do something similar. I even have an idea about how to make it. Instead of 2 teams, have 3 teams, and have a bunch of bosses, and have mini bosses, and needing to beat the mini bosses. Like, let's say there's 3 mini bosses in between the different cities. Like, one boss between spawn point 1 and 2, one boss between spawn point 2 and 3, and one boss between spawn point 1 and 3. And you have to probably get 2 keys from those bosses to be able to unlock the big boss. And then you go and fight the big boss, and if you die, and someone else can fight it. Or they can gank you after you're done with the boss fight and kill you there. But they shouldn't be able to kill you while you're fighting the boss. Something like that. Yeah, there's so many ways one can do it. I mean, right now the game technology is so much more advanced, and there's so many ways one can do such a simple map. I would love to see for a game to be like that, just simple like the old school MOBA maps in Warcraft 3, and just a game that includes a bunch of those maps, all sorts of different modes. Not just your typical Dota style modes, but a lot of different arenas. I really loved when I was a teenager playing the Naruto arena maps in Warcraft 3. There were a lot of ninja arenas in Warcraft 3, if I remember. Yeah, the good old times in Warcraft 3, playing those maps was pretty fun.
You can't cast that yet.
And yeah, Dragon Ball Z Dotamass are also a pretty fun one to play. I remember those too. There were so many. I mean, this is why I liked it so much back then, because the community kept making new maps, and it was amazing. Yeah, if someone still plays Warcraft 3, if those old maps work on the remastered version, you might want to test them and tell me what you think of a game,
You can't cast
of not game, of a map made long ago. I think it was 2008 or so when it was made. Maybe even sooner, earlier, the first versions. Could have been earlier than that, 2006, 5, 7. Yeah, there were so many different maps. I mean, I've noticed that on Epic War people are still uploading maps. Even this year people have been uploading maps, so I guess people went back to playing Warcraft 3 after the disappointing remaster. Let's see. Oh, those are the boots I took from my storage. I forgot to equip them, I guess. Ark is back. Greetings, going out to Thunderstruck. Thank you very much. Greetings to you as well. How have you been? And earlier Separator mentioned something about leveling so fast and he's struggling to get from 50 to 60. Separator, are you leveling on normal? And what skills do you use to level? What items do you use to level? I mean, obviously it's good to take the best maps, so Dividing and Gauntlet. You can't get anything better for leveling up than Dividing or Gauntlet maps. And obviously level up on normal because it's much quicker. That's another thing to keep in mind when leveling. And once I unlock double HP maps, I don't do them until I reach level 57 and equip level 60 items. Dividing, there we go, another dividing map. Ark is now relaxing. Have been farming what those days. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I'm doing good as well. I've been a bit busy today editing a video for the Electrode. Subclass skills showcase for the Electrode relic. And yeah, now I have some time to do some more leveling of this hero. Not sure if tomorrow I will be making the Flaming Destroyer video. Not sure I have enough spectacles. I've got 20 in my storage. But 20 probably won't be enough. I need to see how much spectacles I've got on my fire relic heroes. If I do have enough, I can maybe make another video tomorrow, or maybe I can just stream farming tomorrow and make the other video the next day. What day is it today? Is it Wednesday? Tuesday. Okay, maybe on Thursday I can make the Flaming Destroyer video. And this one is a build maybe on Friday, and maybe I will be ready to upload this as a build video on Friday. And I'm thinking on Saturday maybe to upload the Drain Shooter Strikes 2.0. This one would be a new build. This one won't be it won't be the new Drain Shooter Strikes because it's not gonna use Drain and it's not gonna use targeted strikes. But after I'm done with this, which I'm gonna call Seeker's Arrow, I will make Drain Shooter Strikes 2.0 because someone requested a newer version of Drain Shooter Strikes, and that made me wanna level up this hero. Finland says the remastered version was disappointment because it looked like just copy paste. What do you mean like copy paste? That's what a remaster is. Copy paste and improve a bit. I'm pretty fine if remaster just gives me better graphics of an old game. I'm pretty fine if all they did was copy paste and give me better graphics. That's good enough for me as a remaster. Obviously, if they include some quality of life features, that's even better. But I don't expect that. For me, what a remaster is just the old game with better graphics. Obviously, that's the bare bones minimum. If it's worse than that, I mean, I don't know even how one can do it. How one can make something worse than the original. But if a game was good and someone gives me that game with new graphics, without changing anything, that's good enough for me. Like if someone just gave me Diablo 2 with just good graphics, nothing else changed, without zero quality of life, I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it. Probably not as much as I enjoyed Diablo 2 back in the day, because my taste is a bit different now and I'm a bit more demanding from my games. And I expect certain quality of life to exist. But I would still appreciate that. Even if someone gave me Sacred 3 and then not 3, Sacred 2. If someone gave me Sacred 2 without changing anything other than just new graphics, I would still play it. Diablo 2 Remaster will be a challenge due to all the shortcuts they had to take with animations and limitations back when it came out. I guess, and they mentioned that some of the code, the original source code, has been lost. And that's the biggest challenge, because they're gonna have to rebuild it from the ground up. You were expecting Unreal graphics for what do you mean WoW 3? You mean Warcraft 3 Remaster? Nerd Gamer is back saying hello. Hello Nerd Gamer, welcome back. But yeah, maybe this year, next month on BlizzCon, the online version, we could probably hear about the Diablo 2 Remaster. I mean, as I mentioned, they assimilated the studio that remastered Tony Hawk and Crash Bandicoot, and they are now part of Blizzard, which means very high chance that they assimilated that company into Blizzard to work on remasters of games, and they're either gonna have them work on the Warcraft 3 remaster to make it better, or to work on a Diablo remaster. I don't think they're gonna be remastering StarCraft 2. Or 1 actually, StarCraft 1. StarCraft 1 and Brood War, I don't think they would want to remaster those. StarCraft 2 is good enough, and it's pretty decent game, and it's still popular, I guess, to a certain extent. So I doubt they're gonna remaster StarCraft 2. If there's gonna be a StarCraft remaster, it will be 1 or Brood War. But the more likely thing would be a Diablo remaster. Diablo 2 or 1, but with Warcraft 3 they went straight for Warcraft 3 remaster, so for Diablo they're probably also gonna go straight for Diablo 2.
That spell cannot be cast.
And yeah, I know Magic Legends, but I'm like very it's kind of, how do I explain it? Torn between liking and not liking the game. I've seen a lot of content for this game, a lot of in-game footage and stuff like that, dev streams, and there are certain things I just don't like how they're handling certain things. On the other hand, there are a lot of things that I'm looking forward to, and I'll probably test the game, I will probably play it, depending how expensive it is when it comes out. You think StarCraft 1 has remastered? I'm not an RTS player, but let me check. StarCraft remastered. Oh yeah, there is a remastered. But how old is the remastered? It's from 2017. So it's pretty recent, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't look bad actually. I'm just looking at some screenshots now. Let's show you. No, that's a video. Fuck. I wanted to. I want to see screenshots. And I'm gonna share my my Firefox with you. Let's see. What? What the fuck? Where is it? Please enable targeting cookies to see the content. How about I leave your website and never come back to it? Yeah, that's just some bullshit stuff. Okay, I'm gonna check this here. Maybe there's some comparison. So is there a comparison side by side? So is this the old one and that's the new one? Yeah, it definitely looks good. New one, old one. Well, I think it looks nice. I didn't know there was one, but thanks for telling me. Again, I'm not that big on RTS games. I'm more of a big on the RPG maps for those. I really love the RPG maps and the arena maps in those games. And Piotr Exo or Echo, I'm not Czech, dude. I'm not Czech. I'm from Bulgaria. But hi to you, welcome to my channel. Wuka says, I gotta go see you and see you guys enjoy the stream of this nice guy. That I think personally, other than being a good player, is a nice person. Thank you, Wuka, for stopping by and for thinking so. Nice having you here again. So let's keep leveling. Let's try and do another map. Oh no, not this one. Gear Wookie, maybe. Oh, there's a new GeForce Game Ready driver. Nice. Come on. You wrote in the long language. That's fine. Kind of understood what you wrote. But yeah, once I hit level 57, I'm switching to level 60 items. And then I can start pushing further a bit in the double HP maps. I don't want to do the double HP maps without strong DPS. It's gonna take forever. Come on. There we go. Should I clear this map completely first before looting everything? Probably gonna stop picking up quest items just so I can clear the map properly. And then spawn the portal without needing to backtrack. And since I need money for the spectacles, I'm gonna start picking up and sending the pet to the town more often.
Your pet has returned.
Okay. Oh no. Fuck, I forgot. I forgot to not pick up those. At least I'm pretty close to the end of the map, I think, so it's not gonna be much backtracking.
That's the can't be touched.
Another group of enemies, nice.
So here.
Okay. And come on, come on. There we go. Almost done with that map.
You can't cast that spell here.
Alright, let's go back now to the portal.
You can't carry anymore.
Boom. What boss do we get? Tao face. How much more until level 57? Probably one more map. And then I'm gonna transfer some items from maybe from the Electrode Sharpshooter, because that was the last one I played with good gear. Well, good mediocre gear. Let's not say good gear, but level 60 gear. I think it's there right now. I keep I keep changing my gear from one hero to the other. I also need to take some gear from my Realm Master, I think. Oh, the desync is real. Come on, game, stop desyncing on me. This is how it disappeared. It's gone, magic. Where did it go? We hid it. Can I do the same with items? Boom. This is how you make gear disappear. Okay, let's start the next map. Oh, Gauntlet, nice. Come on. Where is Sky, by the way? Is Sky sleeping on the bed? He was. I woke him up a little. This is gonna be a good map to level up on. Maybe I can stay until level 58 on this map. It's been a while since I've seen a Gauntlet Goblin forest map. Nice. They've already started respawning here. And here. So many. I'm loving this. This is what I would call a good map, a good Gauntlet map. I've seen some terrible Gauntlet maps. I've seen some mediocre Gauntlet maps, but that's one of the good ones. There's constantly something I can hit within my sight.
You can't cast that spell. You can't use that skill. You can't cast that here. You can't cast that.
Nice.
You can't cast that. You can't use that skill.
Alright.
You can't cast that. You can't cast that.
Let's keep going here.
Cast that spell here. You can't use that skill.
Okay, let's let them respawn a bit and move on to the
Do that.
next
You can't do that.
hotspot. I like calling them hotspots, the places where there's a lot of spawners in one place. Oh, look at that, there's a lot here. And almost 57, almost.
Can't cast that here. You can't cast that here. You can't do that. That spell cannot be cast. You can't use that skill. You can't do that. You can't cast it. That spell can't be cast. You can't cast that spell here.
Nice.
You can't use that skill.
57.
You can't cast that. You can't do that.
Where do I go now? Probably gonna stay on this map for some more time, because the XP is very good. And the XP per minute is pretty decent. It's 11:04, so we've got like an hour more, give or take. More give actually. I'd say hour and 10 minutes maybe. I can tend till 15 past midnight.
You can't cast that.
Okay, Should have brought some level 60 items with me when I entered this map, so I can equip them. Although it's already starting to whack. That's what happens when you spend too long in this map. It gets worse and worse and worse, the performance. So the more you queue in one of those maps, the worse the performance gets. So when I think it's unbearable, I'm gonna leave it and start a new one. Fadin Lime says, Truck, can you test damage with your electro sharpshooter gear that has crit damage and one with explosive damage separately? I've tested it. Explosive arrow damage is better than stacking crit damage. First of all, you cannot get crit damage on leg armor. You can get crit damage on the chest, and you can get crit damage on the shoulders, but you don't have to sacrifice explosive arrow to get crit damage. If you're lucky, you're gonna get both. Obviously, it's very hard to get both of them, but yeah. And on the leg armor, you can get crit chance and explosive arrow damage. Come on. Yeah, the post level 50 leveling is the slowest in the game. Maybe let's say after level 51, 52, it becomes kind of very boring to level up. It used to be better. It used to be you do a map and by the time you're done with that Fazier map, you have gotten one level, or at least like 80% of a level, and by the time you're doing level 60 monsters, you're level 60 or close to it, like 59 and a half or so, without needing to do too much gauntlet, without needing to redo certain stages of the Fazier. Okay, gunsmith. The gunsmith respawn. That's pretty nice. The gunsmith, the quest NPC respawning. Pretty good. Crit damage in your electrode sharpshooter chest isn't multiplied with the already existing. What do you mean multiplied? It's additive. You cannot get more than 300 crit damage. Basically, the crit damage, when you have crit damage in any source, it goes here, and this one goes up to 300%. It cannot go higher than 300%. Unless they increased it. Last I checked it was 300. It might be higher than 300 now. But yeah, I haven't had enough crit damage on a build to test if it goes above 300%. I mean, I can try and do it with some socketing on a weapon with crit damage. If the weapon already has crit damage, maybe I can try and do it. But yeah, I haven't tried stacking crit damage above 300 recently. But before it used to stop at 300. There was a time where crit chance was not capped. That was pretty fun. Pretty fun times when crit chance wasn't capped. Should I leave the map already? Let's get 1500 XP of this level and then leave the map, because it's starting to wag out a bit due to the amount of enemies I've killed and the game respawns. Then I'm gonna start the double HP maps. That's what I'm gonna start after that. But yeah, the way crit chance and crit damage work is it just adds on top of the number. It's additive. Basically, 150% crit damage means if you do 100 damage without crit, you will do 150 when you crit. 300 crit damage means if you do 100, you would do 300 when you crit. That's how it is. It's not that difficult once you understand how it works. It's not something super complicated with a hard to understand formula like some other games do. just a bit more in this map, and then I'm leaving the map and doing something. First, I'm gonna transfer some level 60 items from the terrain and from the electrode sharpshooter as well. Builds.
Cast that here. You can't do that here. Cast that here.
Right, there we go.
That spell can't be cast. You can't cast that. You can't use that skill. You can't use that skill. You can't cast that spell here. You can't do that. You can't cast that here. You can't cast that. You can't do that here. You can't do that. That spell cannot be cast.
Bit more, 200 more XP, and then I'm leaving the map.
Can't cast that here. You can't do that. You can't use that skill.
Did the gunsmith respawn already?
That spell can't be cast. Cast that spell here. You can't cast that. You can't use that skill. You can't cast that here. That spell cannot be cast. You can't do that. You can't cast that. You can't do
A
that.
little bit more.
You can't cast that spell here. That spell cannot be cast.
Okay, time to go to the boss fight. No, spent a decent amount of time in this map, so got my XP worth of grinding in that gauntlet before it started bugging too much. I can stay more, but it's gonna deteriorate a lot if I keep staying. The performance, it gets lower and lower the more you stay in a gauntlet map. It probably has something to do with corpses and dying and stuff. I mean, the corpses disappear, but maybe there's something that the game keeps track of that keeps slowing the FPS. So yeah, now I'm switching heroes, I think. Maybe first I'm gonna equip some items that are in the storage.
Your pet has arrived.
Was this completely empty? This is completely empty. Let's do that one first. Pudding Lime says, Strucky's Mega Blaster or Forged good for pew pew enemies. No, it's terrible. This weapon needs to change. It only works super close range. Unless they changed it and fixed it, it will be very bad to use. Because last I played it, it worked in such a way where it only hits an enemy if it's super point blank. And it didn't do any damage at all. It barely did any extra damage. So I personally would avoid the Mega Blaster. But I would test it. I have to test it soon to see if it has been reworked and fixed. I think the way it needs to work is they need to make the conical AoE as big as Shotgun Blast's AoE, maybe even bigger. So it can actually have meaning to Mega Blaster. Because if there is no Mega Blast to the Mega Blaster, why call it a Mega Blaster? Because it's a complete disaster that way, the way it currently works. But yeah, they need to just increase the damage first, if it even does damage right now, because I don't see any other damage. And they need to increase the conical. I think if I'm standing here, I should be able to hit over here and over here, like this kind of AoE cone. A little bit to the side of those dummies, and maybe a little bit further, like this pave here. So all the way to there. I think that would be a good cone for the Mega Blaster. But I can only hit if I'm over here, it's not gonna hit the dummy. That's how it was last time I tested it. I needed to be right point blank to even hit it. And the damage was no different than my shotgun blast damage. First of all, it shouldn't do weapon damage, it should do cannon damage. That's one of the worst things on the Mega Blaster. Just a moment, let me... But yeah, first of all, they really need to rework all the things that should be cannon damage from the forged skill tree, from the forged legendarium tree. I mean, it makes sense for the unstable war arm to do weapon damage, because it's a Vortex Bomb item, and Vortex Bomb is on the bro side of things. It's weapon damage, but anything that has to deal with skills that are chest gun damage should do chest gun damage as a proc. And the Mega Blaster is the perfect example. And I think Mr. Burney, did it do damage, or was it just increasing? I kind of forgot what Mr. Burney did. Let's check it. White Maw obviously doesn't have damage attached to it. Mega Blaster though, this 300 weapon damage should be chest gun damage per charge. And I've not seen it. I've not seen this become 900%. I'm seeing the exact same damage with one and with 3 charges, and it's the same damage as shotgun blast. So Mr. Toasty, this shouldn't be weapon damage, it should be chest gun damage as well. So that's two cannons that need to be looked into. It just makes no sense to have weapon damage on those. And I brought that to their attention long ago. 4 or 5 months ago or so. in one of the dev streams. I talked about it in one of the Mayhem Mondays. Maybe I talked about it again. Then I gave up. And then in the end I just gave up. Maybe in the next Mayhem Monday I might remind Michael to look into those. Because he's in charge of the Legendarium and stuff. I guess they're too busy with other things, and that's why they haven't had a chance to look into those things. Okay. Let's do the double HP stuff now. Okay. Time for double HP maps. What's the time? 11:28, so let's say another 40 minutes. I can probably get level 50, maybe 9 in that time. I don't think I can get 60. Really hope soon enough I would find a better Arctic armaments weapon, because the ones I've got are just terrible. All I need is one flat damage and a socket. One flat damage in the middle and a socket. I don't want 2 or 3 flat damages, but at least one flat damage and a socket on an Arctic armaments weapon would be perfect. It's not gonna be meta, but it's gonna let me keep playing the builds I wanna play without losing DPS. Because this one soon will get fixed, and I'm soon not gonna get that extra 8 or whatever 900 damage I've got in the second socket, which is hidden right now. And it's gonna go down to 6.3 thousand or 6.5 thousand from 7.5 thousand, 7.4 thousand damage that it does right now at level 60 content. Okay, let's do that. But I think in general the Mega Blaster needs to be reworked to not trigger with Shotgun Blast, but to trigger with Critical Mass. Because now, see, Forged has been reworked, and things like the Mega Blaster are super illogical. Because before it made sense, because you didn't have Steam and Steam spending skills, but using two hit builders, two hit generators like Rapid Fire and Shotgun Blast in the same build is completely illogical right now. And I think the Mega Blaster is gonna be much better if they make it trigger with Critical Mass. Critical Mass would be the best thing to do. And then they need to add another new cannon that works with Pressure Shot. It would be amazing if we have a cannon with Pressure Shot that maybe makes it stronger or makes something to Pressure Shot, whatever they think is a good idea. I would say Pressure Shot that when it hits an enemy to split let's say every 5th or 4th or 6th pressure shot that hits an enemy splits into 4 or 5 projectiles in different directions that are still piercing. So I hit this torch with Pressure Shot this way, boom, and then it starts a projectile here, a projectile here, a projectile here, here and here, maybe 5 projectiles, whatever, however you feel is good. And this would be perfect item to add to Pressure Shot as a legendarium cannon, and make those shots do half or 30% of the damage of Pressure Shot. I can't join a trainees party because I'm not in the same difficulty, I think. But I think this would be the best thing they can do to Pressure Shot as a legendarium item. Something that maybe does 30 or 40 or 50% of the damage of Pressure Shot, but like maybe 4 or 5 projectiles. Even 20% of the damage of Pressure Shot shooting in random directions with 5 projectiles would be fine in my opinion, because that's still Pressure Shot's damage split into 5, so 5 times 20, it still gives you the whole Pressure Shot damage again, but spread around the target you're hitting. But yeah, I think making the Mega Blaster trigger instead of with Shotgun Blast with Critical Mass, and then making a new cannon that works, that boosts Pressure Shot, that shoots splinters or whatever you wanna call it. And Trainee invited me, I'm not sure if he's watching or not, but I'm on normal. I mean, I can go on ridiculous for some leveling to get boosted. I wouldn't mind, but I don't have much time. I've got like 35 minutes. So I wouldn't mind joining. I'm just gonna have to change the difficulty to ridiculous. are they? Over here.
You can't cast that here. You can't cast that spell here. You can't use that skill. You can't do that. You can't cast that spell here.
Okay.
That spell cannot be cast. You can't cast that. You can't use that skill. You can't cast that here. That spell can't be cast. You can't cast that here. Cast that spell here. You can't use that skill. You can't do that. You can't cast it.
Couldn't woot my my fame from the boss.
You can't do that. That spell cannot be cast.
Let's check this one out. Was that the first? Was that the first double HP map I did? I think it was the first one. You're saying so sad that pressure shot got nerfed. What do you mean pressure shot got nerfed? Did I miss something like a patch? What's the nerf of pressure shot? I've not seen any news about a patch or anything. Yeah, I'm checking on Discord. There's no news there. What did I miss for you to say pressure shot got nerfed?
So decisive.
It's been like at least 2 weeks since I played Forged, so I'm wondering what could be the nerf to pressure shot. Did they increase the hit cost? Did they decrease the damage? But yeah, the last patch notes didn't mention anything about pressure shot. Oh, Swag Shot. When it was Swag Shot, it did have this. It had every X pressure shot does a crit every fourth, I think. Every fourth pressure shot crit hits to do double damage, but it doesn't actually do double damage. It just does the regular critical damage you have. So if you have 200% crit damage, it will be double. If you have 300%, it will be triple. But that's how it worked. It was supposed to be always crit damage. Yeah, it says crit damage and double damage, but it was very badly worded. It never did double damage. When I tested it, it did your critical damage as it is. So every fourth attack would critically hit, and it would do whatever your crit damage is. That's how it worked. I'm not sure how it works now, but that's how it used to work before. And it did give at tier 2 a 10% crit chance for barrage skills. Does it not give it now? I mean, I'm not on a forge right now, so I can't check. But when I made my forged skill class showcase, it was still behaving in that way. But yeah, the double damage was misleading because it could do more than double damage. It could do triple damage if you max out your crit damage stats. Now it only stuns for 1 second. Every fourth pressure shot stuns for 1 second. That's it. Well, it's still a strong skill. I mean, it's still the highest DPS skill, even without the always critically hit. It's still the highest DPS skill on the forged, if you play it well, for melting bosses. It may not do the most damage per hit, but it has the most hits per second versus damage per hit from all the forged skills. If I compare it to servo-driven uppercut, it's definitely better to steam-powered uppercut, the new name. If I compare it to critical mass, it's definitely better because critical mass is just too demanding, and yeah, it may do a lot more damage per hit, but you can't hit as often with it. And the same goes for fracking strike. Fracking strike has one big problem, and that's the mechanic of the wave and how easy it is to miss your target with fracking strike. Even if your target is right next to you, you still have a chance to miss it, which is pretty BS in my opinion. Like, I would be point blank to an enemy and fracking strike would still not hit because of the way the projectiles, the way the waves, the shock waves spawn. But I'm very happy with the forged subclass, the forged class, the way it is right now. Before you really needed to rely on the subclass to carry a forged. Now you can carry a forged just without even a single point in a subclass. You can still have decent damage on the forged. Obviously, the subclass makes it much stronger, but you don't need it as much now as you did before. It was a good comeback for the forged hero with that rebalance and rework. Let's see.
Spell cannot be cast.
Oh, and Long ago, I had missed a question, not sure why I missed it, about Wolsen or Wast Epoch. Which one I would think is better? Wast Epoch by far better. The team is listening to the community more. The team cares about the game more, from what I'm seeing in Wast Epoch. So if I were to say Wolsen or Wast Epoch to buy, first of all, Wolsen is already a launched game. With 11 months after it launched already passed, almost a year. Next month it will be a year since Wolsen launched in the middle of February. And it's in a worse shape than Wast Epoch, if you ask me. Yeah, it's visually better, and maybe it might have some better optimization, although it didn't used to for a long time. I think Wast Epoch is one of the games that are definitely worth getting as an early access game for people who are fans of the genre. It has very nice itemization system, it has very nice crafting options in that system. I don't know what to take anymore. I'm gonna save those points in the site later. It has two types of endgame. Two completely different types of endgame. One of them even has leaderboards, although it is a no-life competition and I don't like it, because you don't have options to stop and continue tomorrow. You have to do it in one go. I still think it's a good mode, having a survival mode, the arena. And then you have the rifting mode, the reworked Gates of Fate, not Gate... that's the name, that's the name, Gates of Fate. No, not Gates of Fate, Monoliths of Fate, or whatever it was called. So that's definitely a nice designed mode after they reworked it. So yeah, Wast Epoch, in my opinion, definitely worth getting over Wolsen. I trust the developers of Wast Epoch more than the ones of Wolsen nowadays. And it's not the devs, it's the upper management. In many games, upper management is what causes bad decisions, what causes bad direction, maybe, let's say it. It's like if a movie had a bad director, it can have amazing sound, it can have amazing, what should I call it, music as well, and everything. It could have amazing acting, but if it has bad direction, it will show, and it's not gonna do much. The same with games. You need good direction. And with Wolsen, I think that was the problem. They were focusing on the wrong things for those past 11 months after the game launched. They were thinking that they're Path of Exile. If Path of Exile did what Wolsen did in those 10 months, people would say, hey, very nice, good new mechanic, hunt, blood trail. It's nice, it fits. Oh, look at this, there's no portal. Why is there no portal? Now that's a new bug, I've never seen such a bug. The portal didn't spawn. Oh, there we go. It didn't let me wood the chest earlier. Now it did. Maybe it was just rubber banding and lagging. But it wasn't letting me wood the chest to spawn the portal. I think what Wolsen should have done in those 10 months is make one completely different endgame activity. Just one. To be different than the expeditions, the rifting, and to remove the power creep from expeditions. To remove the items getting stronger item levels, which is the main reason of this balance in the game. And to make it that you don't get stronger items the higher you push, but you get different rewards there to even out your strength against the enemies. Wolsen crippled themselves with this power creep system, and as I mentioned many times, Torchlight 3 did exactly the same with the challenge bonus in the Fuzier. but it's not late for both games to make changes, to make a change that would open up the game to a lot of endgame possibilities. As I said, Grim Dawn is probably one of the best examples of a buy-to-play game doing it right. Not adding power creep. It's completely useless and unnecessary in a game to have power creep. In the same way that Wolsen did it and Torchlight 3 is doing it. And it works well. The game still has so many different places where you can get your gear from. And you don't have to feel, oh shit, if I do this activity it's not gonna give me gear that's strong enough to do that activity. You just do whatever you feel is your cup of tea as endgame. And even the endless mode is not necessary to run. You can just not do it if you don't feel like it. What's the time? 11:53. We got like 30 minutes. Less than 30. But yeah, that. I don't think I can get level 59, but I'm gonna try. Respecking in Vast Epoch could feel a little bit limited and grindy though. That's one of my my things to say as negatives of Vast Epoch. It could feel a little bit grindy when it comes to respecking and re-leveling a new skill to level 20. It used to be quicker, but then they nerfed it for no real reason. So many. Let's keep my distance. What, let's see. Pudding Lime says, I think just buying supporter pack of Vast Epoch you can have intimate contact with developers. What do you mean? Intimate contact with developers? This sounds kinky. Intimate contact with developers. And cost $1,000. I think that must have been some time ago when they were doing Kickstarter, maybe, unless there's like some new supporter packs. Chronicon, is it worth playing it? It is worth playing if you like the gotta go fast speedrun mentality. It's one of the games with the most itemization quality of life. I'd like to say that Chronicon is a master class in how to do itemization quality of life. But I don't like how I'm forced into keeping a kill streak, and I don't like the lack of balance between bad builds and good builds. It's super easy in Chronicon to make a bad build. Super easy to make a bad build that can only dream of doing the hardest content. And I don't like games like that, where you can make a terrible build that's completely useless because it's just badly balanced. Making a build shouldn't be about picking what's meta or not, what's overpowered or what's not. It should be about picking your playstyle. Everything should be able to do the content. It should just provide you a different playstyle. But in Chronicon, the difference between an average or bad build even and a meta build is huge. Like, average build probably can't even consider doing the beginning of the hardest content, let alone the end. But Chronicon is good. I mean, as I said, it has some of the most detailed item customization options in a game. Changing affixes, rolling the min-max of the affixes, upgrading affixes, taking one affix from one item, adding it to another item, whilst retaining that item's legendary affix alongside the newer legendary affix and things like that. It's super good. And welcome back, Never Enough Grudges. How have you been? Nice having you here again. So Chronicon is, for the price it costs, it can provide people with a lot of tinkering if they like making different builds, if they don't mind how restrictive the meta in the game is, if you want to go meta. I just didn't like that the build I wanted to make was not good, and I didn't want to make the meta build because it seemed boring of the classes I tested. And I was like, if that is how it's gonna be, then fuck it, I'm not gonna bother if there's this much disbalance in the game. And that's what I like about Torchlight 3. I can make the worst possible build, it's still gonna be fine as long as I have good items. And it's gonna provide me with playing the hero the way I wanna play, without worrying too much if I'm taking the right skills or not, because yeah, the right skills would allow me to do it 2-3 times faster, but I can still do it with the weaker skills, with the underpowered skills. Like if I play a Code Hard Slammer, it doesn't go any worse than a Code Hard Slammer right now, I think. Code Hard Slammer Realm Master, that's probably the most underpowered combo in the game right now. I can make one and I can still reach, if I feel like doing it, I can still spend a lot of time and reach level 251 in the Fazir, as long as I have good items. Obviously I would not do it, because I just value my time and my mental state. I'd rather not do this much grind on the weakest class and subclass as a combination. But if one wants to do it, they would do it.
Well chosen.
Your pet has arrived.
I've got one of those at home.
That's junk, basically.
So decisive.
Let's do this one.
Have been
But yeah, put in line if you like 8-bit, 16-bit, just pixel art games. It's fun. Chronicon definitely is worth supporting the developer. This guy, for a single guy coding the game, obviously he hired people to help him with music and art and other things. But yeah, for a single dev game, when it came to coding, He's done more than some studios of 20-30 people do. He's poured his you can see he cares about the game the way he's done it. You can see he thought so much about certain synergies and things like that. Another game that a developer gave me for free once to try is Mini Healer, and the only reason why I didn't stream it much is because I kept getting strikes, copyright strikes. Basically there's people called copyright trolls that would take something, for example, this game was made, Mini Healer was made on Unity, and the guy purchased a pack of sounds and music on the Unity store to license to be able to use it, but some copyright troll took this same thing from the Unity store or wherever else it is and then licensed it on YouTube, so whenever someone plays Mini Healer and doesn't disable the music, their video would not be able to be monetized, or it would be monetized on behalf of that copyright troll. And if I were to play Mini Healer ever again, I would have to disable the music. And it's not the developer's fault, it's the copyright troll and the person who put the pack. The person who put the pack on the Unity store should sort this with YouTube and take control of the copyright. Yeah, there's a ton of those copyright trolls nowadays on YouTube, buying some packs that people can use is royalty free, and then they license that music, and then the only thing they can do, the companies that make those packs, is to license it themselves, and then every person who uses that music would have to manually contact them so that they get approval to use the music on YouTube and monetize it. And Grim Dawn has the same problem. There are some copyright trolls who have taken over. That's another one of the reasons why I don't play Grim Dawn, because they've taken certain parts of the music, especially from the second expansion, from the Forgotten Gods expansion. Some of the music in there is copyrighted, and whenever I streamed Grim Dawn, I would get a copyright strike on YouTube. I mean, I could disable the music and play it that way without problems, but yeah, that's kind of not the way I see it happening. And Never Enough Grudges says he's gonna play some HOTS after my stream ends. Grim Dawn is, in my opinion, my personal favorite game in the genre is Grim Dawn right now. If we have to consider all the mods, all the community made content for the game, if we have to consider all the content made from the developers, all the different ways of gearing up, you don't have to stick to just doing that type of end game. You can do many different types of end game, whichever is to your liking. And Crate Entertainment definitely deserve people buying their product. And M to the B, thank you very much for the YouTube sub. Welcome to the Struck Club to you. Feel free to ask any questions if you have. Plays on Chaga. Yeah, I don't wanna make my ears bleed. Chaga, in my opinion, is not music, it's an abomination. First, they steal music from other countries that already sounds bad. I mean, I don't want to judge people, but it sounds super bad. It's like the Bulgarian version of reggaeton. Nothing against people that listen to reggaeton. In fact, some reggaeton might have been okay, like maybe, but but yeah, they steal some music from other countries in our country, and then they make this music, or music in brackets that Never Enough Grudges mentioned. Normally they steal from Greek and Turkish and other Balkan music, and then they just change the words, keep the music, and that's abomination. That's not the music, in my opinion. It's, and it's not just the music itself, it's the whole culture, the whole culture that goes around this, if one can call it culture, maybe the whack of culture that goes around the crowd that listens to this thing. One of the American ambassadors, I think like 10 years ago or so, the American ambassador a long time, he said, oh, what a brilliant idea, porn stars that sing. Because the singers, the female singers that make that music, that sing that thing, in my country they look like porn stars. That's how it is. And there are a lot of rumors about being able to hire those. There used to be a list spread around with the pricing for a night with all of those back in the day, like 10-12 years ago. Obviously, people that are influential people in the country can always maybe try and do that somehow. But yeah, I'm not gonna comment on this any further than that. But I had a guy that I knew a dude. I had a friend that that managed to do this a couple of times. He had connections that could give him the list with the pricing. So yeah, he said he did it a few times, two times, a couple of times. Kivinovic says, hi my friend, how are you? Hi to you as well, I'm good and thanks for asking, hope you're fine as well. I mean, I would have been playing music, I would have been playing the music I like in the background if I wouldn't get into copyright troubles. I wouldn't mind if I had a friend producer that makes some music, I wouldn't mind playing his music on a playlist. If it's like good drum and bass or hardcore or techno, something like that, and then when it plays, to have like a player that shows what's playing. That way I'm doing a favor to the person, giving him some exposure to the music, as well as having some decent music in the background of my stream. But yeah, if I try and play some popular, not popular, but some of the music I like to listen, I'm gonna get into trouble. If I try and play some Noisia or some Emperor or some Andy C or whatever else, or Signal or whatever you can think, or some Anger Fist or Igor or whatever, Satan, like Prospect Records, Ram Records, Noisiest label, what was the name? Vision? Was it Vision? Like some of those big labels in the D&D and the hardcore scene and the techno scene. If I were to play that, I'm gonna immediately get a copyright strike. I would love to be able to play it without having problems, but yeah, I don't see that ever happening. Although there is a lot of copyright-free music that I can probably get in the genre. Whether it's gonna be at the quality I like to listen depends. Most of the royalty-free music from those libraries is it makes me cringe when I hear it. When I watch YouTube videos that use that EDM crap. That EDM crap, that's basically this. Buza. That's a drink from my country. That's what... envision this. This is what the music, that bad EDM crap, the slow BPM bullshit commercial EDM, that's what it looks like to me. Buza. That's a drink in my country. If you won't look it up.
You can't use that spell. You can't cast that spell here. You can't do that.
Pretty fancy Buza. Yeah, cause it's without sweeteners. I don't like Buza with sweeteners. I like Buza with sugar. Pure natural Buza without any bullshit artificial stuff in it.
Cast.
This one has wheat, rye, water and sugar. That's it. Pudding Lime asked to do what, but I'm not sure what this question was referring to. By the way, I'm gonna do one more map quickly, one more boss map, because Sky has been sitting here asking for food. He just ate whatever leftovers he had, and it's time to go and give him medicine and make myself some food and feed the little beastie. This one here. He doesn't like getting cooked. Hey. Is he purring? You can't see him though, that's it. You can see him now. Okay, let's put him down. Yeah, I'm gonna do one quick boss map. And then I'm gonna have to stop it to go feed him, give him medicine and make myself some food. Not sure if you could hear him purring a little bit. When he wants food, he starts purring. He starts purring when he wants food. Okay, I set the boss map, so I'm gonna do this one. Wookie Pabu. Speaking of Pabus, Pabu Francisco, he used to be one of my favorite comedians, but I guess his act maybe became... people probably got tired of him doing the Trevor voice. I'm wondering if he had some new stand-up comedy shows. But he was the guy that would do this stand-up comedy where he would do like one man, one destiny. And there was this other gag where he was saying some raving act and stuff like that. But he was fun. He was the guy that used to do that Trevor voice comedy. I hope I'm not mistaking the name, but I think it was Pablo Francisco, unless I misremember the name. He had some fun gags, some fun bits in his stand-ups. And there was also that one. Get down, they're trying to kill you. Get to the chopper. I can't do it. I can't do it the way he did it, but he was imitating Arnold's voice perfectly well. Like, look it up if you like stand-up comedy. It's probably old bits from like more than 10 years ago, but definitely good stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do another one of those maps. This one was pretty short. Let's do another one quickly. Another Wookie Pabu. Wookie Pabu wasn't this Wookie. He didn't drop a legendary. Sky? Now he's washing himself where I held him. He doesn't like the smell of humans much. He doesn't like humans touching him much. Wait, why did this guy start from half HP? That was kind of weird. Oh, is it just me or did he rubber band like crazy? couldn't get level 59 today, but that's fine. I can get 59 and 60 tomorrow. Now it's not letting me wood. It's not letting me wood. What the hell? What the? I'm in Europe West. Okay, now it's letting me wood. But it's not letting me teleport. Look at that. That was like 2 second and a half delay. Well, it's time. It's time. Yeah, get to the chopper. Let's go and get to the chopper. So thanks Trekwoop for tuning in, for watching today on YouTube and on Twitch. Keep it cool. Until next time, and goodbye from me.